Marlene, Arlene, and Ardeen. Ardeen is a senior who checked my address at 7617 North Santa Monica, and she was parking a Dodge automobile. I don't know the kind that it was, but it's deceased automobile. It's not on the roadways right now. And then there's Arlene Zuckerman. She's not a man, so she's not doing alive. And Marty Zuckerman is, right now, he's aged past a man, but his last name ends in man, Zuckerman. And he's not doing alive at that age of being something like 75 to 80 years old. And he's not a man at that age. He's also not a man because he has a penis. A man has a dung genital. If you have a penis, you're not a man. Everybody with the last name that ends in man, you're all illegal because there's no dung genital that would make a man alive right now. So you're doing that you're homeless on all the points. If you have a penis, you don't have what it takes to kill somebody else with a penis. You can fight with them because you're due homeless, but you're only supposed to fight over that you're due homeless. You're not supposed to fight over that you want to claim a property in dispute. You are to leave the property is what is in dispute. Of course, Arlene Zuckerman is not a man, and she has illegal genitals of a female to herself, is named by a man, and she's not due anywhere near myself because of her name tells her she's not due near anybody. Yeah, and then there's Marlene from Dundee, Illinois. She has a house in Dundee, Illinois. She locked me out of. I don't know how. She counts this as emotion. She locked Becky out of a house, invited Becky to a wedding she paid for Ann Denise to marry Steve. And Steve's last name is not Harolumbus with Marlene Harolumbus and Ann Denise Harolumbus. Steve's last name is Moser, and Ann Denise changed her last name to Moser, got pregnant, and named her baby with the last name Moser, and grew it up and put it out of the house, and I didn't do it. You're born after myself or you're born before myself, and you have banking, and I don't have banking after people who were they were feeding my youth before I was allowed to bank for myself, and even though I'm the first and alive, they were banking for myself before I was, so I sort of had a birthday of banking when I turned age 18 and onwards. I could do banking myself. And then there's that Marlene Harolumbus didn't fight with Ann Denise that she's not a Moser because Marlene didn't care. She just wanted the house in Dundee, Illinois. I don't see how you can pay me for my motions here. I'm really not due to be there, and you don't stop talking to me, and you don't stop telling me that I don't have anything to eat today. I ate a plate of food at a wedding, and I paid for it with my self-deceased in 16 worlds. And it took me from the year 1990 until the year 2025 to pay it off in my own self alive. And they aren't paying my banking. Ann Denise will not give me any banking for me to pay for that I attended her wedding and ate a plate of food at her wedding, which I needed at the time, or I would have eaten elsewhere, it was fine. But I had to be there. And that was 35... Hold on. 1990 until 2025. How many years is that? 35 years ago. So that was 35 years ago, and I'm still playing for that. Playing for? Charles Toe is here, so I have to dismiss myself. I just said the word playing for, and I stuttered on purpose as the overlord. Charles Toe is interrupting that I'm making this video by running the tap water in the kitchen. So I'm going to say it again. I'm still paying for the same plate of food from the wedding in the year 1990 at the Drake Hotel for Steve and Ann Denise, for it's taking me 35 years to pay it off of myself and alive. And I don't believe I was due there. I was invited, but I shouldn't have been invited. I shouldn't have been obligated or required to be there because I eat. I just think it was not to be mentally hostage that I must attend the wedding. I just don't think it matters that I was ever there. Not for 35 years of my time, that Ann Denise will not bank anything of it. And if she's consuming anything I need for myself, that is additionally interest. That is against herself, and it is against myself at the level of that I am making the motion with this body myself, and I'm giving myself deceased. Everything I do with myself is while I am deceased, and I'm deceasing myself out of the formed world, and she's tying up banking so that I don't get those motions with myself on that money over there. That also makes me ask the question to Creator 8 and the superior founder in heaven of making the threatening. When is it due to be a sex offender against myself? When have I exhausted my banking? When am I alone in the wrong in the banking after all the banking that I have lost? Do you dare criticize myself? Do you dare challenge me that I don't have a home, that I don't have banking as myself somewhere in the past in the wrong to somebody else? Do you dare challenge me that way by all the sexual abuse you have done to myself? I'm not going to help you with that. I just told you the interest in a plate of food I ate in the year 1990 on September 9th at the Drake Hotel. You can't afford myself. You have cheaply tortured myself like I am a shunt that costs $1,000 of homeless to be alive for the rest of the end of time and the end of all time. And the shunt still exists after that. And I am myself deceased here. You don't know who you hurt. And you don't know how deeply you hurt myself. And you are so hard in yourselves that you don't have whatever it is you need with yourself for yourself because you don't know how to be yourself. You don't. But so does everybody else like you. You have interest in yourself that everybody else who is not yourself to yourself is just like you. And you hurt myself is not paid for.